Գրանցվիր totogaming.am կայքում եւ ստացիր 2000 դրամ եւ 50 free spin։ Մանրամասների համար totogaming.am։
Mr. President, members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Thank you for the invitation to ALDE and to myself to take part in this important event. It's a privilege for ALDE and for me to participate in your General Assembly for a number of reasons. Firstly, ALDE, which is the Alliance of Liberals and Democrats for Europe, very much care about the political developments in the whole of Europe. And we care about Armenia and your region since we want you to be not only a vital corner of democratic Europe, but also to be in the front line of European thinking and European values. Secondly, we realize that building a vibrant democracy with all the sophisticated and intertwined elements of a democracy is not something you achieve within a year or two. We very much seek to engage in mutual cooperation with liberal democratic forces with the purpose of strengthening the Armenian path towards a well-established democracy. The liberal parties in the ALDE family are very much aware that your experience will teach us some very important and useful lessons. Together, those lessons will help us develop democratic traditions in the EU and in other countries of Europe. Thirdly, today's meeting, as well as the other meetings we've had from the ALDE delegations, with the meetings we've had here in Yerevan, will give us some very important insights into the liberal thinking of Armenia. And hopefully it gives our Armenian friends and partners some inspirational considerations about formal relations which they might have or want to have with parties and institutions in the more westerly part of Europe. ALDE firmly supports a European direction for Armenia as well as the region as a whole. We note the desire of Bright Armenia and the coalition parties in the ELK bloc in favor of greater engagement with the European Union. We greatly admire the aspiration of the Armenian people to live in a society based on basic European values. Over the years, ALDE has been engaged in a number of activities that highlight the potential for enhanced Armenian and European cooperation. Let me just mention that the ALDE group in the European Parliament in November 2017 The group hosted a high-level roundtable of the Eastern Partnership, a meeting where we were pleased to be joined by Mr. Edmund Marukian, who participated on that occasion. Now, Armenia and the European Union enter into the Comprehensive and Enhanced Partnership Agreement. Given the Armenian context of the present political circumstances, including the membership of the Eurasian Economic Union, under those circumstances, ALDE believes that the new cooperation between EU and Armenia can be a very productive point of departure for enhanced and better relations between the EU and your country. I would particularly like to highlight the issues that are vital to our political dialogue, which features prominently in the SEPA agreement. Let me mention such basic concepts as the checks and balances between the democratic institutions of the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary branches of power. Something I'm pleased to hear that your President just stressed in his remarks. Free and fair elections with a level playing field for all parties and candidates are vital. Basic human rights must be observed, and there will be no place for political prisoners. The rule of law, including the right to a fair trial and an independent judiciary, are vital. You and ALDE should also come together in the fight against corruption and money laundering, as well as the fight against international organized crime. And on top of this, we should build very much closer economic and cultural ties with increased flows of trade, exchange of students, and indeed flows of visiting ordinary citizens. Please let me end with a few personal remarks. Remarks which come from somebody who also comes from a country that face or have gone through some of the same considerations and choices as Armenia. Like Armenia, my country is pretty small, especially when we compare to the size and the might of some of our neighbors. Like Armenia, we have we think ourselves, an impressive history spanning many centuries. We have a very homogenic population with its own history. Its own language. We both have our own kitchens. And in my country, we have our own alcoholic drinks, just as you have in Armenia. Over the centuries, we have faced military struggles and defeats imposed by mighty neighbors. be it the British, the Germans, or even the Swedes. However, with the establishment of democracy, the defeat of Nazi Germany, and the security arrangement of NATO, I'm very pleased that we have enjoyed security, peace and prosperity and cultural development in many more years than my lifetime. We are working hard to enhance the prospects of women in the labor market. We want to secure the right of every individual, every man or woman to choose to live the way he or she wants. We want enabling education and health services for all. And we want to retain an economic welfare system that ensures the personal dignity of every citizen. Now, these goals are very much shared European goals and values. We hope that Armenia increasingly will join us in realizing these aims for all European citizens. Once again, thank you very much for inviting me to address your General Assembly. I'm afraid I'll not be able to understand much of your discussions, although the hard-working interpreters might help a bit. But I wish you all a very successful day of vibrant political engagement. You may be small in number by now, but I look forward to seeing Bright Armenia speak up and act for a vibrant, challenging and active opposition party for the benefit of the Armenian culture. And Alde and I hope to work with you to further develop our shared political aspirations. Thank you.